Hello, my name is Stephanie Arwine, and that's a picture of me in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Today I want to give you just kind of an idea of what kind of startup costs you may incur if you decide to start your own business. I'm going to be talking specifically about if you want to buy a franchise or if perhaps give you an idea of what it costs me. In other words, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Stephanie Arwine, and I own a pest and lawn care business in northwest Arkansas. I've been doing lawn and pest control for a long time, and only recently I put together a brand new website, and I decided that what I wanted to do was to market my business on the internet. And when I started searching on the internet, I found some really great tools that I could use. In fact, I found out that I could actually market my business, my pest control business, and be an affiliate of another product and receive residuals off of that as well. What I wanted to do then is, long term, of course, I enjoyed my pest control business, but eventually what I wanted to do is I wanted to sell that business. I wanted to quit my job and just make money from home. But what I found is what a lot of people have found online. We just started banging my head against the wall because there were so many products out there, and they all sounded so great, and they all promised me that I could make hundreds and thousands of dollars on the internet, sometimes with just one point and one click of the mouse. Oh, and I got to tell you, I bought a lot of those products, and I'm embarrassed to say that I did spend thousands and thousands of dollars that I didn't really have to spend, and all the products that they were selling out there that didn't work, and not to mention the fact that I wasted a lot of time just spending time trying to learn how to use the products only to find out that they didn't work. But that was then. Let me just tell you now a little bit about what you're looking for, because you're interested in purchasing or you're interested in buying a business of your own. So let's talk about some of the things that you might want to consider your startup cost if you want to do a brand new business. Today specifically I'm going to talk about what if you decide to buy a franchise. Now, franchise is really a pretty good idea, because franchises typically have a duplicatable system in that, take your McDonald's for instance, every McDonald's on every corner. What do you see when you walk up to the counter? What's on the left-hand side in the back? That would be your fryers. What is on the right-hand side? You see what I'm saying? Everything is every store is exactly the same. That's a great system because it's duplicatable. Unfortunately, the problem with that is when you buy a franchise, the initial fees start at $40,000. In other words, you have to buy into and purchase that franchise. They start at about $40,000. I don't know what the current price for McDonald's is, but last count I knew it was several $1 million just to buy one franchise location. So the initial fee is anywhere from $40,000 and more. You can search the internet for possible franchises. You might find a few less. Obviously, you'll find a lot more. But there's also recurring fees because you will be paying a percentage of your income. And of course, each franchise has agreement has something different, so you'll need to check your agreement. But they have recurring fees as well. Now that you've purchased your franchise, you've paid your fee, and you know about the recurring fees, there are also building leases. Very few franchises actually own the property they're in. Most of them actually lease from the property. So you as a franchise holder will be responsible for that lease. In addition to that, of course, your expenses are going to be your utilities expenses as well. Now, if you've got a great producing franchise that's making a lot of money, that's not a problem. But if you have a startup franchise that perhaps you got it at a great deal because the last franchise holder was not doing well, then you may just be barely making enough to be paying the building lease. Then you've got utility expenses on top of that. You also have advertising expenses. Now, most franchises will provide you with the advertising material, but rarely are those advertising material free. They just simply give it to you at a discounted rate, but you still have to purchase it and then use it. I heard from a friend just yesterday that they were tied into a franchise that they actually had to purchase television ads as part of their franchise agreement, and then that became quite costly as well. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about in this particular video is insurance. There's many more costs in doing a business than these 5 things, but just want to hit the high spots. Insurance includes both your building insurance, your liability insurance, Not to mention, at the time of this video, we've got Obama's brand new health care plan, and you'll have to provide or speak to your employees about insurance. I'm not an insurance person. I don't claim to be. Disclaimer, you'll need to talk to your insurance agent and health insurance agent or your accountant about that, which, of course, accounting is another fee. So I'm not the expert on that particular topic, so make sure you find someone who's an expert in that area. Again, with startup costs. Now let's talk about my business. I didn't buy a franchise with my pest control business. I'd been in the industry, I'd worked for someone else, and I wasn't going to buy a franchise when I knew how to do everything already and had worked in the office some, so I knew a little bit about the business side of it. So I didn't have the franchise fee for my business, but what I did have is I still had cost, because in my state I was required to take exams for the licenses that I held. And for each classification, I had to take a test in that particular classification. And each test cost, well, it wasn't cheap, let's just put it that way. Then once I passed the test, then I actually had to also have to pay a yearly business license fee to the state. I'm in pest control. I have to buy my products. I have to buy vehicles. I have to buy tanks that go in those vehicles. I have to have a building to store my products. They have to be locked and labeled properly. I also still have utilities expenses. I have advertising costs, because what I do is I have both print advertising and internet advertising, because what I do is I had to pay someone to build my website. Insurance, I've got to have the same insurance as any other company. I've got to have liability insurance, health insurance for my employees. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. So startup costs for a brand new business is pretty costly. If you're prepared to do that, it's a wonderful opportunity, especially if you buy a franchise, because it's a cookie-cutter system. If you can follow the system, you have the investment to do that. It's a great opportunity for you. But I want you to know up front the cost that you're going into, so you'll know what you're looking at before you make that decision. Now, if you don't mind, if you got a couple of minutes, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what I have found that's been working for me. It's a free program, so I'm not asking for any money. This is not a sales video. I'm not trying to sell you anything, so put your credit card away. Put your cash away. I don't want it. But I do want to tell you about something that's been working for me on the internet to make a little extra income, and it's absolutely free. I keep saying that because I didn't even believe it when I heard it, but it's actually a free product, and it's a free way to make income. It was put together by that gentleman that you see there by the name of Jeff Buchanan. His marketing principles, it's absolutely free to get started, but the reality is who's paying you? It's not Jeff. There's national marketing companies that have actually put aside some money for this type of marketing. It's a very, very free system. You just plug in, you follow the instructions. It works, and all of a sudden money shows up in my banking account. Now, let me tell you, before I go any further, let me tell you what it's called. The company obviously is called Instant Payday Network. That you can see that at the top of the page. So let me tell you what the Instant Payday is not. First of all, it's not an MLM. In other words, it's not, pay after pay after pay. Somebody, you got to get somebody in. You don't have to go bugging your friends and family. Hey, I found the latest, greatest thing. You don't have to buy a list and start picking up the phone and cold calling. There's no product or inventory ships. You're not selling. You're not selling books. You're not selling juices. You're not selling candles. You're not selling soap. You're simply there's no product or inventory. It's just for free. You just go in there and go to this website and click on some free offers. I mean, it sounds too silly. I'm telling you, I didn't believe it either till I tried it, and all of a sudden money started showing up in my paycheck. So if it's not an MLM, you're not bugging your friends, you're not doing cold calling, you're not product or inventory to ship, what exactly is it, and what do you get? Remember, I just talked about all the costs associated with a new company. Well, let me show you what you get with Instant Payday Network for free. First of all, you get a free complete turnkey marketing system. You get a free capture page with no hosting fees. You get a free automated sales funnel. You get a free email autoresponder. You get free exclusive training to help you start making money now. And oh, by the way, did I say it's 100% free to get started? Now let's back up a minute. If you had to pay someone to design a capture page, you'd have to pay someone probably $200 or $300 a year just for that capture page, not to mention the fact that a hosting fees would be around $40 to $50 a month, depending who you went with. For a free automated sales funnel that then would go into an email autoresponder. There's several really good autoresponders out there, such as a Constant Contact comes to mind, eWeber comes to mind. There's a couple more out. There's several, though there's not just a couple. There are quite a few more email autoresponders out there that are very good, but they're not free. You would pay around $40 to $50 a month. Oh, by the way, if you hear anything, that's my dog. It's a chain in the collar in the background. He's scratching his ear, so I apologize for that. But anyway, the free autoresponder, you'd have to pay for about anywhere from $30 to $50 a month. We get it free through Jeff. And, of course, also Jeff has all kinds of training that you can look at to start making money immediately. So here's the deal. It's a great free program to get started. All you got to do, I've left the information if you're interested on the bottom. If you're not, that's okay too. But if you want to go ahead and make some free money, and again, all you got to do is just click on that bottom before. I know that after seeing this and after seeing how easy it is that you're going to click on the link below so that you can get started in the Instant Payday Network. It's a great free way to make money on the internet, whether you want to do it full-time or part-time. So I know that you're going to go ahead and click on that link below. Again, my name is Stephanie Arwine. I work for Instant Payday Network, making money, and I also have a pest control business in Northwest Arkansas. So go ahead, click on that link below, and get started. Thank you.